What's up, everybody? I'm Peter.
My name is Eric.
And we're the MSI Insiders. Welcome to today's live stream. Today we're going to be talking about the Lightning, of course.
Yeah.
It's been a while since Lightning struck, hasn't it?
Indeed, many years, actually.
Doesn't strike that many times in the past few years.
You need to have a good GPU to make Lightning.
Yeah, not just that, but also like some really cool features to include. So,
and this one has a lot of cool features.
Exactly, it has spades of them. But yeah, we're not just going to be talking about Lightning. We're also going to be talking about, well, if you have a Lightning card, which is very powerful, you need a power supply. So we're also going to be talking about really exciting power supply.
It's heavy.
Yeah, where we have some pretty unique demonstration of one of its new key features.
We're going to cut off the power and see when the Lightning crashes.
No, it's not.
Strikes,
not even
lightning strikes.
Hopefully not. No, but indeed, like we're going to be intentionally sabotaging it because that's the key feature. Anyway, we're going to be talking more about that later on as well. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you joined this live stream for this, indeed, because today we're going to be giving away, courtesy of AMD.
Yeah, even time from AMD 2 weeks ago when we talked about this new X3D CPU.
Yep.
Nice CPU.
Yeah, so the Ryzen 7 9850 X3D.
One disclaimer, it doesn't include memory.
No,
and it doesn't include the motherboard.
There's no memory, well, it's X3D, right? So there's some memory on there, obviously.
And actually, 2 weeks ago we proved that you don't need an expensive memory kit for this. It can run single channel on like 5000, 4800, and you don't lose that much performance. So nice CPU.
Yeah. So this is the actual one that will be sent out. We're very careful with it. Eric, you don't touch it.
Always like that.
Exactly.
If you want to join, go to msi.com/2/insiders or YouTube and Gleam if you're watching on those two channels.
Not Gleam. YouTube
no,
and
sorry,
Twitch.
YouTube and Twitch.
Gleam is the platform that
we have the Gleam link.
Yes. We saw it just posted in the chat as well, so if you haven't participated yet, click on that Gleam link in the chat in YouTube or Twitch, or go, as Eric said, to msi.com/2/insider. And yeah, towards the end of the live stream, we'll be giving it away.
Yeah.
I hope I win.
Lucky draw. You can participate.
I'm actually bummed I'm like not allowed to participate.
You are actually lucky because you bought new memory, just DDR5 before the price increase.
That's true. That's true. But then again, like kind of it already started back then. So I bought like one tier below in terms of latency. What is that? That's not supposed to happen.
That's okay. Cannot block it.
Anyway, yeah, but indeed, I bought it right on time. Lucky me. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, make sure you participate. There's no real point in asking us favors. Basically, you're in the hands of RNGesus because it's completely random in the back end of a system that will determine who the winner is. So there's really we have no hand in it. It's out of our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pray to RNGesus.
Before we start, one other thing. Let me see if this works. Yes, it works.
Yeah. Want to highlight a bundle?
Indeed. We want to do a live stream in the coming weeks, but we don't have time for this. Resident Evil.
Requiem.
I
thought I'll rescue you there because that word, Requiem.
I swing. Resident Evil, the new one, and yeah, it's a very nice game. If you buy one of our monitors, and you can check on the promotion page which QD OLEDs are. Oh, that's not which.
It's not just because it's QD OLED. It's mini LED, I believe, and it's gaming desktops.
Yeah.
But it's desktops.
A lot of models included. So if you're in the market for one, and you like this game, enjoy it right now.
Yeah. But the desktops, which is it specific? A specific sub-brand of desktops? Oh, no, it's
several
quite
includes
wide.
the X-Vision, AI,
right. Okay.
Infinite, actually almost all desktops.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good.
Not all, but a lot of desktops.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty broad indeed. So.
Yeah, this is a UK page I'm showing you now, so go to your own country.
Indeed, it does depend per country which products are eligible, so please do check that. Actually, I also noticed that the eligibility period, meaning when you bought the product, also can differ per country. So be sure to check if you want to claim that code and you bought something in, I believe, when does it start? For most, it started somewhere in February, like halfway February. But again, like this differs per country. So be sure to check. And in most cases, it will continue at least until the end of March. Some a little bit later, but yeah, again, check that page.
We have a guest today who's going to explain.
No.
Yeah. We have a guest today who's going to explain a lot of things about Lightning. He's an overclocker.
Not just a overclocker.
No.
He's an extreme overclocker.
Yeah, he's an extreme overclocker.
In every sense of the word.
Yeah. So, but first we want to give you a small introduction what Lightning actually is.
Indeed, we're not sure if all of you have been around for that long and know what Lightning is, because again, like it's been a while. The last one was 2080 Ti, I believe. Yeah, we'll see in one of the coming slides. But I mean, you better talk about this part, because you were actually, I believe, well, not part of this exact.
No, well, I still remember the first Lightning was introduced at CeBIT, which is an event in Germany, in Hanover. It's still there. I was there on the booth. And yeah, I mean, it was like an extreme.
How old were you? Do you remember?
This is like
did you? But
this
was
is 17 years ago, I guess. 20 years ago.
So you weren't at MSI for that long?
No,
no,
like a few years.
Yeah, exactly.
I was still doing sales.
You were a green guy.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I was a noob, not a lucky one, but a noob. Yeah. So, and Lightning is, it's for extreme overclocking, and it's not just overclocking like which means you have a slider and you increase a little bit the clock speed or the voltage. Voltage already advanced. No. This is made for LN2, liquid nitrogen overclocking, or with dry ice, cool it with dry ice.
But why do you need dry ice or liquid nitrogen?
The cooler the GPU gets, the higher you can clock it.
But then you go into minus territory. So does that also extend into? I think it's also it's a combination of having way higher power going through the chip. And that means you need more power to cool it. And that's why you get into,
And keep it stable. Otherwise you cannot run your benchmark.
Yeah.
So this is not for gaming.
No.
I mean,
it's not for 24/7 running either.
Yeah.
It's
we have the GPU
really
here.
Not suitable for that.
We can show you some gaming. You can game on it.
Exactly. The way that if you buy a Lightning, if you're lucky enough to get one, because it's a very limited amount that's out there, the one that you can buy, it is suitable as is for 24/7 gaming. That's no issue. But the real purpose of the Lightning and the way that the PCB is built, for example, is indeed to break world records.
Yeah.
And this is already a long time a big thing that it's kind of like, Formula One or whatever. You really try to push the things to the limits. But to get to the limits or towards it, you have to go over the limit as well sometimes. And so yeah.
Our guest today, he's actually in the middle of this picture.
Yes, yeah.
One of the winners for MOA, or Master Overclocking Arena competition.
2008.
Yeah, long time ago.
So yeah.
There's a little bit of history of Lightning.
Yeah.
So the first one was the GTX 260. Just a simple 2-fan card, but with a lot of potential to unlock. In the years. Several generations, GTX 275, GTX 480, GTX 580, and the Extreme Edition. After that, this doesn't show our AMD cards. We also had AMD Lightning.
Yeah, this is...
Not many.
No, indeed, just a couple.
Yeah. Indeed.
I think it was around that GTX 7 series-ish. I believe they call it the Bumblebee as well. That look.
GTX 680. That was matched with our M-Power and X-Power motherboards at that moment. Actually, today we're using the M-Power as well, the B850 M-Power. Then GTX 770, 780, and each time, this is the high-end SKU in our assortment. And from this, it's like Formula One. You have a lot of innovation, and all those new features, they trickle down.
Trickle, but it's more like
to the next generation, to a level lower where it's more affordable.
Not just that, but also like in the next generation, it's kind of like a pioneering product where a lot of new technologies are, experimental things are tried out.
Yeah.
And they're really meant to push the envelope and provide new technologies, introduce new things that indeed in the subsequent generations become the norm, because that's usually how it goes. And also, a little bit of context, if you're new to graphics cards, you might think, well, in the past few generations, like regular overclocking at home, let's say, how much can you really gain from overclocking? There's a few percentages here or there, but it's not like a big game changer. It used to be a lot more, actually. Even overclocking at home, and with the 500, 600, 700 series, you could actually get easily up to 15, 20, maybe 25, maybe even more percent by overclocking. And that's, you know, without having to spend any extra money. You didn't have to modify the card in any way. That was just with Afterburner, with software, and knowing what you did.
Nowadays, NVIDIA is maxing out the CPU itself with all the boost features. It's just looking for the highest frequency and making the best out of it. So that's why manual overclocking typically, you know, without any extra cooling, gives you only like 1 to 2%, maybe 3%.
Because the headroom that was left on the table, let's put it like that, in the past was quite a bit bigger. And now, indeed, because of the GPU boost and all that things running in the card already, it will already try to get a lot out of the card. So yeah, there is probably still a little bit of headroom left, but it's a lot less than it used to be. And that's actually a good thing, because that means that, you know, you're getting more out of the card.
Yeah, good for most people, not for
Indeed. Well, exactly. I mean, if overclocking was your thing and you loved squeezing that extra little bit out of it, then obviously the juice has become maybe a little bit less worth the squeeze. But that's not the case for the extreme overclockers, because for them, this has always been a game in and of itself, of how much can they get out of the card, and you know, how extreme can they go.
They don't use a cooler, they remove the cooler, they only use the PCB, insulate everything, do even they mod things, so they solder on the PCB. Not something you want to do with an expensive GPU.
It will definitely void your warranty.
If
you do it, indeed.
Okay, so 2019, our last Lightning RTX 2080 Ti. And this is our new one, the GeForce RTX 5090 32 gig Lightning Z. And we have one here. It's a huge box.
It is. I'll just show it very quickly, but I'm not going to unpack it yet.
Because we first going to talk to our guest. Oh,
there we go.
Peter, I need to
go to the main view. Go to the main view.
Oh, to the main view. Nobody sees this.
Well, they do, but it's like, you know, as you can see, it's like I completely block Eric with this. Like, I could pack Eric in this box.
That's difficult.
And you would think this is a complete PC, and most PCs I think that we have, even like the bigger ones, would fit in this box. But this is just the graphics card and
with a lot of extra things.
Accessories, of course. But we'll see that later. For now, indeed, we have a special guest who agreed to join us.
So he was the 28 of a 28.
2008.
Of 2008, yeah.
Yes.
2008 winner. Let me.
Indeed,
let me see if he's available.
So indeed. Let's see if he is there. Let's see if the feed
takes
will
a
pick up.
few seconds.
Hey, there we go. So let me introduce to you all.
Hi.
Hey, good day.
Alva, Lucky Noob, Jonathan.
Hi guys. Hello.
Hey.
Really excited and glad to be here tonight. Hi guys.
Thank you for joining.
Long time no see. Hi.
You say indeed tonight.
Is my sound fine?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yes.
Because you're from Indonesia, right?
Yep, I'm from Indonesia,
so
correct.
That's
and
why
English is not my first language, so hopefully my English came out as understandable. Hopefully.
I have the same issue, no problem at all.
Your English is better than Eric's, so you're fine. You're fine.
You qualified already,
Yes.
Hey, let me first ask you about your name, Lucky Noob. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, are you lucky or are you a noob? Or are you both?
So that's quite actually funny. I mean, the history is that, you know, most overclockers started with playing games, right? I do too. I play like Quake 3 Arena or Unreal Tournament. I was like so old back then. So basically, I like overclocking because I could get more frame rates, right? More performance. I could game better. And the problem is, I know overclocking and I now have a decent performance, but my gaming skill is kind of meh. So everybody around me called me Noob, but sometimes I did get lucky. So that's where the name come from. Lucky Noob.
And it's stuck.
So, yeah. And it's stuck, yeah.
Is it still valid with overclocking? Because you're no noob anymore.
Well, the noob is kind of more like a mindset maybe, because with the noob right there, it's basically I try to learn everything, because you need to learn every single new thing when in overclocking. For example, I do a lot of extreme overclocking back in the day in the 2080 Ti, 1080 Ti. Oh, by the way, I still have my this is my 1080 Ti Lightning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is back from 2017, 2018. So
Yeah.
they give me two. Well, the other one is for breaking records. This one is the retail one.
Ah.
So the other one that's actually trying to break records is already gone. So, but this one is still alive. So, so anyway, yeah. So yeah, the in extreme overclocking, I do a lot of stuff with MSI back in the day too. So. And in overclocking, I was ready to learn everything, and I don't think I'm in some some overclockers maybe think, hey, we try to be the best, right? But for me, I was like, okay, I'm trying to be the best. I'm trying to compete with the best. I did a lot of overclocking competition back in the day, like Eric said. I do like MSI MOA from 2008 until 2014. Managed to get lucky in the 2008, and then I believe 2013, but that's on the second position. I only won it once, 2008. Okay. Apparently, trying to redo that is kind of harder, but yeah, I mean, I was pretty lucky in the overclocking world. So yeah. That's where the nickname.
Cool. What got you from doing, like, did you start like all of us, like just at home, maybe looking up, got some tips from other people, like try these settings on this card, you'll get a bit more performance out of it, and what got you to make the jump to say, right, let's take this more seriously, let's start pouring like sub-zero things on and see what happens?
Okay. So back in 2005 to 2007, I believe, there is a lot of like small overclocking tournament. In Indonesia, we do have overclocking competition, but the rules is slightly different. There is actually no rules for overclocking at the time, 2005 back in the day. Yeah. Right now we have HWBot, right? So HWBot is basically your standard records for rankings. Also, we have UL 3D Mark Hall of Fame, I believe. Those are the two main ranking board for overclocking.
So
back in those days,
for those who don't know HWBot, it's hwbot.org.
Yeah,
and you can register yourself.
Indeed. You
can participate in several competitions in several levels, like amateur, or I don't think it's called amateur.
Yeah,
but you have several ranks, and you can progress through the ranks. You're one of the leads, I believe, right?
It's been a long time since I've been really active. I mean, for like back in 2019, I do like monthly competition as well. But right now, I do overclocking usually to help on the new hardware launch. Usually with the MSI overclocking lab too. Okay. Before, yeah, exactly the same with Lightning today. Before the product launch, they usually will set up certain motherboard or certain SKU or models, and they say, hey, we want to do extreme overclocking with this kind of model. What can we do with this model to make it easier for overclockers to overclock? Can we get what kind of benchmark records with that? For example, when there is new Intel CPU or new AMD CPU. I also help MSI OC Lab when they do an overclocking show, like in G-Skill Computex. Okay. I usually I help them year to year. Hopefully, will be this year too in the Computex. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's
so basically they say, here's a product. It's not out yet. Take it for a spin and see what happens. Something
pretty much. It's like a driver trying to test a race car. Maybe not a race car. Maybe that's a normal car. And what could be done to the car to make it slightly more better racing time.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully that's the idea.
Tell us where the limits are. Let's find the limits and tell us where they are. Kind of like that.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds really cool. Almost like playing.
That's exactly when I started shifting from gaming to overclocking, because you see, in gaming I have fun. I mean, I did have fun with multiplayer games, but late on those days I was like enjoying more single player games because, well, to be perfectly honest, my skill in FPS games really suck. So
you were kind of forced to do something else to where you were better.
So yes, but but you know, at those days, overclocking, you know, tinkering with your hardware, getting maximized performance is fun. You know, those days I was trying to make like, for example, my friends asking me to build a PC, right? And I asked, okay, you can ask me to build your PC, you don't have to pay, but you have to let me overclock that for like a couple of days so I could get the data and information, or even just the experience of overclocking the card without actually buying the card or the PC. So that's when I go into more, you know, more overclocking. And since 2008, I believe MSI and also some other vendors did like professional worldwide overclocking competition. For MSIs, I believe MOA 2008 is the first one. So that's the one where I joined, and I think quite lucky to be number one.
I think 2008 was not the first one, because we already had, the first one was in Amsterdam, in Holland.
Okay, so because I believe MOA Europe is
that
still
was
in
indeed,
2008.
that was probably only for Europe, indeed.
Because on those times we usually log in into Extreme Systems forum, and I believe there's a lot of like good old legends in there. And then we heard about MSI MOA Europe because they set a lot of like records with MSI motherboard, which at the time is not known for overclocking.
No, indeed,
I mean, so that's where the story started for me. And then since I got lucky and won the MOA 2008, in 2009 I got contacted by some from the MSI team. Still working the MSI right now. And then she said, would I be open to testing their motherboard specifically for overclocking? So basically testing and validating like overclocking profiles, you know, doing a lot of extreme overclocking and see if something broke, and see if something has limits, and that limits could be, you know, improved, something like that. And I've been doing that ever since. It's more of a hobby, because you see the real professional overclocker usually works for a vendor right now. For example, I believe many of us know the name Kingpin. He makes like a lot of extreme overclocking equipment. Like for example, the CPU pod right here, and then he makes a lot of extreme overclocking equipment. And then he also got joined by a vendor, and then makes a lot of, you know, overclocking ready hardware and really extreme overclocking capable hardware. Something like that. So yeah.
Okay, and so you just showed something as well there. Maybe talk about it a little bit, because as we mentioned before we introduced you, there's a big difference between overclocking on the hardware that people, you know, like the retail version that people have in their home. What does it usually entail? What do you do to a product to go to that extreme and say, okay, now we want to do some extreme overclocking to really see where the limits are or to break records? What does that require? What do you do to the product? How do you turn it into something that you can work with?
Okay, so basically, if we turn it, like you said before early in the stream, you said that usually back in the day, we have a lot of more overclocking headroom, right?
Yeah.
Right now, all the CPU vendors, GPU vendors, Intel, AMD, nvidia, they already try to maximize the performance and given power target for a certain graphic card. For example, like if we're talking about the 5090, nvidia say, hey, this is the reference power is a 575 watt to 900 watts, and then the graphic card will operate right until that point. So back in the day, the CPU or GPU vendors, they're all very conservative with their limits. For example, back in 2008, the Core i7 from Intel is like it's not even 3 gigahertz. It's like very, very small gigahertz number compared to the headroom, so to speak. So in us, extreme overclocking, we try to eliminate as much limitation as possible, sometimes with something that's maybe not actually useful for everyday use. For example, the limitation for overclocking right now, number one, and still is thermal. right? So even CPU right now. I mean, CPU 10 years ago, because the CPU have their maximum temperature target, right? TJ max, right? But right now, like 10 years ago, if your CPU is running at TJ max, it may be your cooler is like weak, or you have something wrong happening with your cooler, right? But right now we have CPU that's normally operating at TJ max, and that's called in quote new normal kind of stuff. For example, like a Ryzen 7000 series and above. So all the headroom there from the thermal standpoint has already been taken care of for normal users, like everyday users. But us in extreme overclocking, usually we try to use not so usual cooling, like we call it sub-zero cooling. So sometimes the most common substance is the liquid nitrogen, LN2. But actually, we can also have dry ice. Dry ice is like minus 60-ish something. Liquid nitrogen is like minus 190.
Oof,
so so dry ice is like minus 60, or some other overclockers might experiment with chiller. Water chiller is maybe like minus 10, minus 15 kind of stuff. And if you really want, and this is the one that I haven't been lucky to try, is the liquid helium. Because liquid helium is like really, really majorly expensive. Easily 30 times the cost of liquid nitrogen, and that thing evaporates really fast. So the extreme overclockers that using the liquid helium, they will need to test the system with liquid nitrogen first to see if the component could operate at such really, really low temperature, right? And if that component could go really low temperature after liquid nitrogen, they pour the liquid helium. But it's the budget is way out of range. I'll try to talk to the guys in the gas station here, and then liquid nitrogen here is quite cheap. It's less than $1 per liter.
Really?
It's about 80 cents, 80 US cents per liter here in Indonesia. But liquid helium, one tank, and you cannot order it by liters. You have to order it by tank, including the rental of the tank. It's almost a way upward $3,000.
Wow,
one section.
Okay.
So you could blow your stuff on $3,000. It goes up to smoke. Like that. So that's like too extreme for me.
I see some people in the chat comment about an echo. I checked, there is a small echo, but it's like pulsating, and it's something we don't hear it. So it's probably due to the bandwidth or due to compression. Not something we can fix at this moment. Not something we can fix at this moment. Not something we can fix at this moment. Echo.
Manifesting the echo.
But
okay, let's see you. And so you also talked about, you just held up a CPU pod, for example. So this is something I also learned when I joined MSI, and like my first Lightning was the 10 series, the 1080 Ti. And when
same.
Oh, there you go. So when somebody showed me that, I was like, what the hell? That's crazy, right? Who does that, and why? And like so many things that kind of just blew my mind. So can you talk more about it, like that pot, right? Anybody can buy it, or custom made, or what? How do you do that?
I mean, if we're talking about up to 2020, most of the mounting, like for usually you can buy it. Basically, you can buy it in. There's a lot of overclockers selling their liquid nitrogen pot. I mean, for example, right now I believe Elmer Labs sells Volcano pot for CPU. And I think Derbauer, Roman, used to sell CPU and GPU pot too back in the day. I'm not sure if he still does this today. He may make it for himself. I'm not sure if he's selling it online. And then there's a couple other overclockers trying to make really extreme CPU cooler too. Kingpin, like I mentioned before, used to do that. I'm not really sure if the shops for extreme overclocking still on though. He still sell the paste, I believe. He still sell the paste. I'm not sure if Kingpin still sells the CPU pot and the GPU pot.
Right.
right now, some of other overclocker making really custom pot for very specific hardware. For example, I'm actually trying to look for Lightning because Lightning has so much power and you have to dissipate that really well with a really heavy pot. So right now I'm trying to see if I could buy something heavier than my old GPU pot. And right now some of the overclocker are trying to modify CPU pot. So basically, if I can show it right here, hopefully this come through as okay. So this is basically the PCB of the PCB of the Lightning, right? So if we put a GPU pot, the GPU pot usually have to be put like on the I'm not sure vertical side, right? But right now the overclockers they flip the card, they make it like horizontal, and they
like
put
a CPU.
the CPU. Yeah, CPU pot on top. For example, like a CPU.
Yeah.
So basically like this. I'm trying to be very careful not to crack my die because this is my functioning Lightning.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be very careful.
We'll get back to that later, indeed.
So yeah, this is something that some other overclockers using 5090 Lightning or other high-powered 5090 trying to do now.
Right.
Because the 5090, where when you overclock it using liquid nitrogen, using like lots of voltage, you're pushing high clock more than 3.5 gigahertz. It eats way much power and it needs to be dissipated with the cooler.
Right.
So,
What is the pot made of? Like, because you mentioned heavy pot or something like that.
It's mostly copper. Usually the base part. Sorry, this is already I glued this, but the base is copper.
Okay.
The base part is copper, and then the aluminum top to hold the liquid nitrogen is usually aluminum because you don't have to hold the temperature right there. The one that's actually transferring the thermal is the copper part, I believe.
Right.
So yeah, the base is copper, maybe nickel plated copper.
Mm-hmm.
And the cable you have connected is like a probe to measure temperature, right?
Yeah, to measure temperature, and then we read this from the digital thermometer like this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because sometimes I also see when liquid nitrogen overclocking, people are with a hair dryer, making it.
Because some in extreme overclocking, usually there's a lot of like temperature range. You can have different temperature range for benchmarking, or you can have different temperature range for booting. For example, this is very particular in CPUs, and every single CPU might be different. For example, your CPU, your CPU likes, we call it full pot. Full pot mean you fill up the pot with liquid nitrogen. The temperature is like minus 190. But when you boot it up for the first time, you're trying to do memory initialization and stuff, you cannot do that at such low temperature. You have to do that at different temperature.
Yeah.
For example, minus 50, minus 40. After you boot it up, you have your memory set up, and then you're in the OS. Then you pull, you pour all the liquid nitrogen and reach your desired temperature for benchmarking.
We tried to do some LN2 overclocking in our office, but we were not allowed by facility. They didn't allow to use too dangerous.
Yeah. We're not certified, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, because this stuff, if you mishandle it, you can get seriously hurt, right? If you're not careful.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is that some people think that liquid nitrogen might, hurt your hand or damage your hand. But due to something that's called Leidenfrost effect, it's basically evaporates if you just like pour it a little, just a splash. You see, if it just splashes your hand, you're not going to be like those in the Terminator movie, the villain being poured liquid nitrogen and then he freezes. The problem is if you have, like, for example, a glove, made of cloth, they could freeze up and you could get like really bad frostbite from it because your glove can stick to your fingers. It's really painful. I already have that episode.
Sounds like you have experience indeed.
already first-hand experience. Yeah, because when I pull my glove and then all the skin and it blisters and then the skin got
It's basically like same like
the
burn, almost like a burn, right? Just the skin just immediately just dies. Let's say.
exactly. So yeah, that's the extreme part.
Okay. So you mentioned it already or a little bit that the PCB you held up. You said this is my current working one, but you also said I don't want to break it because you have broken a GPU, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Hi
5090
everyone.
Lightning?
I'm the noob that broke the lightning. I believe okay, this is the dead ones. This is the dead one.
Okay.
My friends told me to, make it like a frame or something with this.
Yeah.
So basically all the other components like the VRMs and then all the other components are intact. It's the GPU core that's been cracked. And it's actually because of two things. First one, maybe my skill issue, so to speak.
The noob part.
Yeah.
The noob part. Yeah, the noob part.
Yeah.
So, back when we're doing extreme overclocking, especially we call it direct die cooling, right? Because usually CPU, difference with the CPU has, we call it integrated heat spreader, and then GPU usually doesn't have it. So we directly cool it on the die itself.
Yeah.
The problem is that with direct die cooling like this, your contacts have to be really, really good. And sometimes when we are, overclocking, benchmarking, like already like day 3 or day 4, you are really tired, and then you don't realize that your mount or your installation of your pot or cooler is not really good. And that's what happened to me. The first one is I haven't double checked my mount. And the second one, that was my first time testing the really extreme BIOS from MSI, the 500 watt BIOS one. I believe internet already knows about it. I mean, it's been a really heavy topic. Yeah. And that 500 watt BIOS has higher voltage. I mean, way higher than I expect from the previous one, because in extreme overclocking experiment, we do like some BIOS, we check, hey, is this BIOS good for a certain voltage or frequency? And then that new BIOS has really high voltage that I didn't expect. And the thing that I should do is I should run a light load first, like GPU Z render test. But I run 3D Mark because I want to see the clocks, right? Because it's a new BIOS. I want to see the clocks and the voltage. 3D Mark runs for about 10 seconds, and then the screen went blank, and then poof, the graphic card is gone.
Okay.
Like 5,000 US graphic cards done. So that's the thing that's really dangerous with this extreme overclocking BIOS if you're not careful. Well, so you could really damage your hardware.
Exactly.
If you're not
so
careful.
Just to take a moment to clarify as well, because the product, if you buy it like the retail version, it also has an extreme overclocking BIOS, as it's called. So you have two BIOSes actually. You have the OC and the extreme BIOS, as it's called. Those two are not the issue. Those are 800 watts and 1,000 watts respectively. What Alva is referring to is there's a special unlocked BIOS that's only provided to us directly to extreme overclockers like Alva, who know what they're doing. And it's really meant for, well, exactly. I mean, we assume, right? The rest is out of our hands, so it's... But, I mean, that's actually a good point. But that's the thing, right? We know and we've heard that actually that extreme 2,500 watt BIOS has leaked out on the internet. If you can get your hands on it, don't do it.
Don't use it. Don't flash it. It will kill your
Because
GPU.
really, if somebody like Alva, who has many years of experience with this, is surprised by it and his GPU broke, you have absolutely no chance. And basically, you're just throwing away a very expensive, very good product, very good graphics card, because really, you probably don't have any idea what to do with it. And especially if it's a retail version, even though the cooler on it is very, very good, it's not meant to handle that unlocked BIOS.
Nope.
So basically, if you do that, say
Get
goodbye
warrant.
to your product. And also, we've mentioned that it's on the product page as well. If you ever do put a BIOS on it that's not originally on it,
this BIOS.
That will void your warranty. So
Yeah.
there's also no chance of warranty if you were to do that. So this is kind of like the serious bit in the live stream. Just don't do it. Really, it's not worth.
Is this the only serious part?
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of people in the chat,
But
Alva,
it's not
they
worth
said,
the risk. It's really not worth it.
frame the broken GPU.
Yeah. Actually, I saw. I saw like somebody says indeed something about a black shirt. You have a very active Facebook account as well.
Yep.
And I saw you had a really nice post about this, which was like a little rhyme.
Yeah.
And it. Do you mind if I say the rhyme for the viewers?
Yeah. Sure.
So it went.
Go ahead.
It went.
Yeah.
Roses are red, violets are blue. My GPU is cracked. I have skill issue. Which had us crying in laughter because. Like again, like it really, because I mean, you do say right, it's not the GPU's fault. It really, the GPU did nothing wrong. It was really my misjudging and mishandling of the situation. Unfortunately, you know, it happened.
So it happened. I mean, this is not my first time killing CPU or GPU. I mean, I hope I hope to did better next time. I mean,
yes.
and don't do this kind of stuff again, because you see that kind of extreme overclocking bias for the GPU.
Yeah.
I think this is my first time seeing very much difference between the retail one, because usually when we do like pre-test session, we do on the retail specification, right? We want to see what happens for like end users, and then slightly gradually we move to more extreme and more extreme values. This is the first one in my testing so far that has been like so extreme. I mean, usually, I did have some problem with mount contact before, way back in 1080 Ti.
Right.
And the thing that happens is the GPU shut down properly.
Right. Yeah,
Because
so
the power limit at those days is like 450 watt, I believe. Because the normal 1080 Ti Lightning is about 300-ish watt. If you overclock it, and then if you do some really extreme overclocking, like with water cooling, not extreme overclocking, I mean overclocking with water cooling, you could go to about 400, but extreme overclocking, I go about 600 max, maybe.
And in those days, that was bonkers, right? That was unheard of.
In those days, it's already mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But today, you have like really massive power limits. And basically Lightning with those 2.5 kilowatt bias, there's nothing to protect you there.
No,
there was nothing gradual.
There was nothing gradual about that.
But maybe I want to make something clear for gamers. They have some, they are lucky enough to buy the Lightning, and they see, hey, I already pay so much for this card. Don't I have can I have the chance of maximizing the performance? Believe me, even the 800 watt bias, you are you really already be limited by your GPU at that point. Maybe if you're really extreme and pushing the voltages a bit, using MSI Afterburner manual voltage, like you're going way more than 1.05 volts. You're trying like 1.1 volt or something with Afterburner, you might hit 900 or 1 kilowatt in firmware.
Wow.
I'm not really sure, even if in real games, even if Cyberpunk, I try Cyberpunk path tracing, and it's only like 800-ish, 820, 850 watt-ish on the card. And that's already with overclock, like almost 3.3, 3.25-ish something. So with the prepackaged bias, the retail bias, you're fine. If all you're doing is like gaming, entertainment, or maybe some bit of like AI computing, the 800 watt and 10,000, 1,000 watt bias is fine. It's fine for most people.
And also, we talk about these wattages, and for a lot of people, it's maybe confusing. 800 watts, 1,000 watt. There's a bias for 2,500 watts. But maybe it's also good for some people's context that, yes, maybe there is a BIOS that technically allows for up to 2,500 watts, but because you actually did break some records, right? There's one that's currently still in your hands, maybe even more. Not sure.
Oh,
yeah. Eric has some slides.
yeah, we will do later.
Yeah. So you actually know what you're talking about, but in your experience, like when breaking the records, what is like the typical wattage that you get? Like what do you get up to? Like roughly, right? You don't have to be too specific.
Measure. Yeah, okay. I try to measure that using external device like bench lab. I have an external power monitoring device, and I'm not really sure if this is correct, but the average is about 1.2 to 1.25 kilowatt, and that's with 1.15 to 1.17 volt at almost 3.5 gigahertz, 3.4 or something.
Extreme cooling, like liquid nitrogen.
Exactly.
And with extreme cooling.
Then you're already using liquid
Not that
nitrogen.
other people are going to try this.
But just to give some context. So yes, on paper, this thing, that BIOS could do 2.5 kilowatt. But really, you don't even get close to that. And it's not about that number. I mean, it's a nice headline number, obviously.
Exactly.
But it's more about really signaling that all the limits, and that's kind of what you said, right? It's your job, or the thing that you try to do when trying to break records or doing extreme overclocking is just removing limits, basically. And I think this BIOS does exactly that. It just basically says, right, there's basically no limit, because 2.5 kilowatt, you don't even get close to that. You don't even need that. But you do have like all the headroom you could ever need there.
Yep.
And that's really what that is about.
That's like the overclockers extreme overclockers when they try to do record for CPU, for example. When I do overclocking for CPU, a lot of like my friends ask me why I use 1.5 kilowatt power supply, because the CPU, like even like Ryzen 5 9950X, if you do a really extreme overclocking, you might only go to like 600, 700 watt, if I'm not mistaken. On the CPU, and that's already extreme, right? Why you use 1.5 kilowatt power supply? The answer is you want to remove all the limitations for your overclocking. So something like that.
So now the most headroom that you have is on your power supply.
Yep. And also I have a bit of funny story about power supply and Lightning. Actually, I believe you asked me if I could show something live. Problem is, my breaker, some of my circuit breaker in my house somewhere tripped. Because right now I'm trying to show the power consumption of my GPU, the Lightning GPU with the unlock BIOS, with the 2.5 kilowatt BIOS. When it hit 1.2 something, I break one of my circuits somewhere, so I need to troubleshoot my house after this. Because that's how much power.
Exactly.
That's how much power is.
I have an interesting question in the chat. It's going so fast.
It's already
on
gone,
YouTube, it's already gone. But YouTube, somebody asked, do I still need overclocking, manual overclocking, with all the AI boost technologies?
Yeah, does it make any sense? Is it worth the time? That kind of.
Because nowadays for CPUs, sometimes it's undervolting, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. For CPU and both GPU. I have the same opinion. I mean, right now, if you already buy your, the highest your budget can go, the hardware is already maximized out of the box. Problem with maximizing hardware out of the box is because you still have to be conservative with voltage. If you try to do high frequency, you obviously have to do high voltage. And usually that voltage makes the power go too high, and basically your silicon is not operating at the most efficient way possible, because you want performance, right? Because you want more performance. So right now, I see a funny trend that back in the day, we do a lot of like overclocking. You get like 20%, maybe 25%. But right now, the trend is you remove maybe 5% of your performance, but you reduce the power by 20 or 30%. That's how far hardware today has been pushed. So basically, you could like make it slower just by a tiny bit, like 3 to 5%. Just lower the clock by that kind of amount, and then you try to adjust the voltage, and then like undervolting. I did a lot of video for undervolting for Indonesia, like last year, and then a lot of people are surprised to see how much power can be reduced with that kind of with
and
that
also
kind of
temperature with
underfolding.
it, right? So basically, you also reduce the temperature.
And noise.
Yeah,
And noise. So basically,
Noise as well,
the thing that I have this one friend, he doesn't really, it's not the enthusiast overclocking type of guy. He just want a very, quiet system because he does a lot of, audio engineering, and then he likes a very quiet system. With undervolting, even with the fan at auto, you make the fan go like really quiet.
Yeah.
So and then the temperature is still really low because you're reducing a lot of more power. So right now the tuning for everyday user is more like undervolting, but in overclocking side, I think it's on the CPU side. Memory overclocking usually for some CPUs. If you're gaming, because your memory performance need to be quite high if you're trying to maximize your like 1% low FPS. I believe Eric already talked about this in the last stream in the 9850 something.
Actually,
Yep.
Yeah, also a valid comment in the chat. This Lightning GPU couldn't be dropped in a more worse time.
Yeah,
that's correct,
true.
but we don't control that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I completely agree.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
I mean, Lightning, that's already in development for 9 months, for maybe a year already. That takes a lot of engineering, a lot of time, a lot of testing, fine-tuning, etc. And then at one moment, I think we scheduled the launch was for CES, right?
Correct.
Announcement.
Yeah. Yes.
And launch was a few weeks later. And then, memory pricing go up. And
it
what
was,
then?
It was already last year indeed, but it's like that's only in I don't know, what was it, like October, November last year it kind of started. Yeah.
In Indonesia, it is in October. The thing where the memory prices go up about more than 2 times.
Yeah.
I believe it's in October. That's where people start complaining.
Exactly. Yeah. Same here. And so, but basically, what you need to know is that although we only introduced the card officially at CES, which is in January, that card has probably been in development since the start of 2025. Yeah. And so, by the time this happened, that card was already so far in development. I mean, you were probably already messing around with it because you sometimes get some
early
samples.
access.
Exactly, like early access, things like unfinished products, but already doing some testing and stuff like that. So by that time, there's there's no way back for us because we've already invested so much in it. It doesn't make sense to cancel it just because this happens.
To postpone it, I mean, there will be a new generation, a new GPU at some point, indeed.
We cannot mention it, of course.
We don't know.
There will be no new generation, Eric. Nothing. This is the final generation. This is it.
You guys are saying that?
Probably it will.
Slip up.
Yes, but your ChatGPT is just a predictive pattern, right?
True. No, but anyway. what I'm saying, a new
and your ChatGPT is the reason we're in this whole mess. So
also, yeah.
I'm using
the new GPU needs total new research because probably new PCB, new power design, new everything, new VRM. So it's not that easy. But it's a very bad timing. I totally agree.
Yeah, but that's out of our hands,
Too bad.
Unfortunately.
Too
If
bad.
it was up to us, it would be, way cheaper and more affordable for everybody, but it is what it is.
What happened to the Lightning X? I don't know. So probably Lightning Z. I saw some rumor online that there is also a Lightning for China, based on the China-only GPU.
On the D GPU, right?
Yeah.
Actually, that's very interesting because you see, I am quite lucky to have early access to some MSI hardware, but actually I didn't see any retail Lightning until a couple weeks before.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to see if there's another Lightning with other GPU. I really want to see what kind of scores and benchmark to be able from the card. Yeah.
I mean, because you told me you have a retail Lightning coming in, right? Courtesy of MSI Indonesia.
Just today I got the DHL notification. So hopefully, if customs working fine in our country, I will have that by maybe 1 or 2 weeks, hopefully.
Okay, well then, we have the honor of having one in our studio today, but then you will be enjoying what we will be showing later on today as well. So we're curious to know what you think about it, obviously, when you do get it, and what kind of feedback you have for us. I think, the time flies so fast. We're already way past the time that we will keep you up. We don't want to keep you any longer. We are having fun. But
yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for all sharing all your knowledge and your insights.
Indeed.
Really interesting.
Yeah, and
good seeing you again, because I think last time we saw each other, that's like maybe 10 years ago, 8 years, 10 years ago.
Yeah, in MOA, right? In MOA. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere a long time ago.
Yeah.
Very long time ago. So
I'm getting
good
old.
To see you, guys.
You still look young, and you still have your great smile.
All right then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you
you.
very much, Alva, and who knows, maybe see you in a future live stream.
Yep. See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right.
So yeah, thanks to Alva. We are going to continue with our live stream, because Peter, you're going to unbox something.
Yeah.
I'm going to first do a giveaway. You can already put it on table.
A giveaway? We only have one.
You don't want to do game codes? Are you that cheap?
You're not giving away this one yet.
Only one giveaway today.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. Only the CPU. Only the CPU.
Really? You want to give away game codes when people are waiting for this?
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Really?
Then I will wait.
You're that kind of guy?
Yeah.
You know what people want.
Okay, then unbox this.
Yes.
Well, if you want to participate in the giveaway, you can still go to msi.com/2/insider or YouTube and Twitch. You can click on the Gleam link, participate, and the more actions you take, the bigger chance you have. And if you're a regular viewer, then you have even more chance.
Yeah, because you can also claim loyalty bonus points. So that's for each time.
That's when you join multiple live streams.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So let's. Are you ready?
Oh my God, Peter! The CPU. You said not to damage it.
Oh well, it's in protective packaging, isn't it?
This is.
This is quite a thing.
Wow.
I'm gonna need to take a sip of my sports drink.
You need to help?
No, I think it's okay. Maybe with the camera work. Yes,
work.
also. I mean, I know you, but
let me see if I can do that.
Yeah.
Leave.
I mean, to be fully transparent, guys, this is a review sample that we've managed to snag from our marketing department, which
we were waiting for it the whole week.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, it just returned from a review. And after this live stream, we have to ship it out again. Oh, you got Lightning? You got static energy?
I'm not sure if this is working. Let me see.
It's
wow.
Okay. So maybe not show too much of the markings on the packaging, but I mean, this thing is huge. And the internet is full of videos of this, but we're going to do it as well. Because it's such a unique experience. So I'm going to first put it on the ground. And then maybe,
do I need to turn the box upside down?
No. Hell no. That's why I do the unpacking. That's why I do the unboxing here. In this case. But yeah. So yeah, it's really, you'd expect, it's the size of a complete PC, really, the box. But here's the box inside, of course. You see MSI Lightning series, built to be perfect. And there's a handle here.
That easy?
It is. It's actually quite well designed.
Ooh.
It's quite heavy though. Here we go. So, as you can see, all the Lightning branding on it. I'm gonna get rid of the box here. How cool is that?
Going to switch to another
yes,
camera.
it's a green screen. I mean, I'm sorry to shatter you guys' perception. The lamp behind me and the couch, they're not real, unfortunately.
Lucky is real.
We're still hoping someday they will become real. Where's my cameraman? This one is real though. Yes, that's true. This lucky plushie is real. So we have one that we also managed to get from our local marketing department.
Mobile. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll put this one on the seat. On the hot seat for now. Here we go. You watch me. Okay, so let's open this boy up. So it's quite a heavy-duty box, and then inside there's more protective foam, and then underneath that there's the box, the card itself, and there's an accessories box, which is here. So let's take them both out. need to be careful because again, like this still needs to go to a reviewer after this.
Nice.
And there's
more.
Yeah.
Graphics cards holder.
Yes. We'll show you guys, but yeah, there's a reason the box is that big. So there's 3 boxes in there in total. But this is the main attraction, obviously.
Wow.
And this thing is heavy, like the box itself.
Can I lift it?
You probably can, but probably not with one hand because there's also no handle there.
Oh. Okay, then I don't touch it.
Probably better indeed.
Better not.
Okay, let's start with the card itself, and then we'll get to the accessories later.
Can I maybe do this in the detailed cam?
I don't know. I mean, you can, but I think with the phone it's better because you have a bit more control. And also, I think it's keying the detailed cam is keying away the green. So this was always an issue, right?
NVIDIA green always.
Yeah, it's the perfect green for a green screen.
Yeah. But if you have a blue screen, which is also possible, we have Intel issues.
Not just Intel.
Not just
Windows.
Oh yeah,
blue screen.
Yeah, also.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, first I need to remove the sleeve. This is the sleeve with all the especially NVIDIA branding on it as well. So put that aside. We need to be careful with it. And then here's a very nice box, and well, it only opens one way. So are you ready?
Peter.
Yeah.
Is this a front or that?
Both. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously the text is that way. So.
Okay.
And basically, you just pull it apart like this.
Whoa.
And there it is. So there's 2 components in here. There's the card itself, which is at the front, and then there's the cooling radiator, because it's a liquid-cooled card, on the back.
The jet here?
Yep.
Whoa.
And there's a lot of really firm protective foam on the inside there as well, that when it closes, it really grabs the card and makes sure it's safe. It cannot go anywhere. So yeah. Things like damage during transport should not happen. And this is actually a perfect case because this one actually travels to multiple people in the end, and it just returned from, I believe, Denmark in our case. So yeah, this one actually gets a lot of mileage in terms of transportation.
Wow.
And it still looks good as new.
The packing is like a piece of art.
Yes. Yeah, but you need to have that here for this kind of product. You don't want to risk any damage on it. Do you want to move to that side? I'll take the card out. So basically, I remove this first, the card itself, and this
Clonk.
is no, this is heavy. Like I wish I had a.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes. Whoa. This is because it uses, I think, because it uses so much copper. As Alva mentioned before as well, like copper is really good at transferring heat.
That's, I mean,
so,
size ratio.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, and of course there's a bit of liquid in there as well, but it uses a copper water block that covers the GPU, the memory, and the VRMs, the voltage, all the power stages and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the card itself. It's actually relatively compact. It's more compact, for example, than a Supreme card.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, you see the copper on the top, bottom.
Yes. So basically, here's that copper layer, and that's really it's like a full block that covers the.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you need my help?
No.
Oh, like this.
No.
Okay.
So this is the radiator, of course. So as you can see, it's a 360 millimeter radiator, and it uses custom Lightning fans that we created.
Shall I remove the box?
Yeah, you can do that.
I want to close it.
Yep. Yeah, just it's magnetic, so it's it basically it snaps shut, and that's quite nice.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yes, indeed.
One moment. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh. Nothing damaged. Well, probably not.
Not
we will
yet.
check later.
Not yet. Indeed. So I'll just put this here, like that.
Sorry, I hope you guys don't get seasick.
I think we should be okay. So yeah, custom fans, also with a custom fan design. Nice hub sticker on there with the Lightning logo. I do believe this is a patented design as well, so they really put a lot of work into optimizing that. Other than that, obviously, well, it's just a really nice looking radiator as well. Good build quality, feels really sturdy. But I mean, it's quite standard in terms of mounting it in a PC. So it has standard mounting holes.
So, in order to put Lightning in your PC, you already need a big case.
Yes.
Not for the GPU.
No, I mean, indeed, normally, a lot of people are used to having this kind of radiator for their CPU. But this one indeed has it for the GPU.
Oh yeah, guys, for all the insulation material, for those who know, we're still building our video room. So,
yes,
in progress.
Yes, yeah, it's still an in progress.
And this is a sticker, or I see.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you want to tear it off?
Can I?
Yes. Carefully.
How many times did I destroy a product when only I was allowed to tear something off?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay. We're going to try.
Your reputation precedes you.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm going to put this on my notebook.
Yes. Yeah. We may need to put it back on later.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So as you can see, there's a big 8-inch screen.
There's a lot of reflection. Maybe later we need to put it on. So this is a screen.
Yes, this is an LCD screen indeed.
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah.
Maybe with the detailed cam?
I don't know. We can. Yeah, it's a bit better indeed. Depends on the angle, but yeah. So there's, but you'll see it when we
so
when
now
we
I have
connect
time to check the chat. Pretty sweet GPU. Yeah, damn. Play Doom on that. Actually, yeah, you can play games on this display, right?
It's actually a display, and it acts like a display in Windows. But we'll show you that later as well. So you can actually you can drag anything, any program there, or execute any game or whatever. You can edit videos on there for all I care. But
maybe
I mean,
put it flat on table. Then I will try to. Let me see.
Do a flyover.
No, I wanted to check the bottom out.
Okay.
So this is like copper.
Yes.
It's still the same, yes?
Yes, it is. And then something cool on the other side as well that I want to show.
Oh.
And that is, I already told you there's a limited amount being made. So if you look on here, on this side, you can see that actually it shows you which number of the total production this one is. Because it's limited to 1,300 pieces worldwide. And so it's really a unique product.
1.3K worldwide, and this is number 32.
Yeah.
And we have it.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, for now, but it's not. It's not ours, obviously. So it will need to go to other reviews. But yeah, and as you can see, this is something you don't see on many cards. It has not one, but two power connectors, and these are 16-pin or was it 2 by 12? I don't know what the new name is anymore.
2 by 8. Later we will talk about it when we talk about PCP issue.
Exactly. But so
and the backplate?
Yeah, there's obviously also a backplate.
Oh, more peeling.
Yeah. So first this part on the side.
It's a.
So that's a limited edition.
Noiseless peel.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that a feature?
Yes. It's that high quality. And there's actually some here as well. Let me see. Here we go. That should be it. There's a bit around this corner as well. Let me see. I don't want to tear it.
I want to tear it.
In case it needs to be put back on.
Oh.
Well, I mean, there's a little lip here, so I guess.
Just leave the back on.
No, we can take it off. This one is a bit more noise.
Ooh, sweet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is tearing a little bit. Well, too late. Too late now.
That is true.
Let's see.
Not sure why I'm putting them on my notebook.
Also not sure. Right. So
Okay.
now you can do a flyover. So as you can see, there's a nice carbon fiber inlay here with the Lightning branding, GeForce GTX, the serial number, of course.
This is the connector.
Yeah, it's there's always a protector on it. This is actually, you know, there's it's embossed, I would say. Like so, it's basically it's a height difference here. Not sure how clear that is, but that's really cool. And this is
Nice.
very nice indeed. Also really cool to see here is we on multiple cards we have a dual BIOS. This one obviously also has it, but here it is nicely tucked away in a little hole. You might think, well, how do I get to it? But
Yeah, I think, how do I get to it?
yes,
Tell me.
there's a little thing in the accessories box that will help with that. But we'll show you that in a minute once we get to the accessory box.
It's okay. I should not drink before I do this kind of live streams. Then I have a more
No.
steady cam.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. Well, there's obviously two massive tubes that come out on this side. It's quite flexible, so that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had liquid coolers that were way more, inflexible, let's say. Also nice to see that the fan control cables are also inside these sleeves. So
Yeah,
it's,
so you don't need extra cables for that.
yeah, exactly. It's all tucked away in one nice, neat package. Looks very tidy. Yeah, and then basically you have this part, obviously, the
I/O panel?
cooler.
Ooh, is it my fingerprint?
Probably mine.
Okay.
Probably mine.
Now people have it.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
can
you
print it.
You can unlock my phone with that. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Indeed. So I/O panel. So next to 3 display ports. I mean, it's the standard I/O for a 5090. So next to 3 display ports and 1 HDMI, there's also a USB there. That USB actually is used to power and control the 8-inch screen. So
Okay.
that one will come.
Display.
Yes, will come in handy later on. So we'll put these things aside here as well, because
Okay.
again, like, we need to package it up later on and polish it, remove the fingerprints. Okay, let's go to the accessories box, shall we?
Whoa, it's really.
I know it is.
It's
It's the heaviest
we-
single card that I've ever held, and
I'm going to Google how much.
quite a lot.
Not Google, I mean, you know, check our product page.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna ask ChatGPT.
No, no.
Your buddy ChatGPT. Got to be 8 pounds. Some people say. Like I'm not sure about pounds. We have kilograms here, that kind of stuff. But like, if I had to guess, and I'm really bad at this, but this is easily like, I don't know, 4 or 5.
4.5, I would say.
4 or 5 kilograms.
I'm now opening the product page, so I'm
That's
not
quite
allowed
heavy.
to guess anymore.
No,
It says.
but that's the complete package. Oh no, actually, wait. It says TBD.
TBD. Okay. Okay. So we don't know.
It's not on the official product page now.
Not yet. Not yet.
Maybe not sure if they will put it on there, but
Yeah.
really it doesn't matter in that sense.
And probably they do the whole product, including
yes,
the
packaging
radiator,
and
but wow.
yeah, it's the heaviest single
I'm
card.
surprised.
Maybe it's actually it might be that it's not that much heavier than the Lightning. Than the Supreme 5090 Supreme card.
No.
But because
this is
it's
heavier.
smaller, it's
Yeah.
more concentrated, so it feels heavier, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a smaller package. But it
Yeah.
could be that it's like somewhere near that weight, because I remember that one was also quite heavy. Right, accessories box, Eric.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm here. Let me see. We're going to the mobile cam.
Again. Yep, here we go.
Oh.
Yeah, you're okay?
Yeah.
All right, so, so then we open it up.
Haha, mini GPU.
Yeah, we get indeed. So there's a couple of things in here. Not sure if you can see. These are. Is your laptop made out of metal? Let's find out. No.
No?
At least not.
No.
Because these are magnets. That's why I ask. Maybe.
Maybe.
There we go. This is at least a little bit metal. It's not. They're still coated, but yeah.
So it is for your fridge.
Fridge on your PC case
Oh, yeah.
or
Nice.
anywhere else you wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, If you have like a, I don't know, titanium plate in your arm or something, or in your leg, you ever broke it, you might be able to use that. Same thing here.
Nice.
So this one also,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just use this for now.
Yeah.
But maybe this works as well. Let me check.
Oh.
Oh.
Peter.
What?
You're doing my job. Destroy things.
No, this is not destroying.
Okay. Magnets.
This thing also, it's really cool. This is obviously, it's a miniature. This is a miniature Lightning.
Cool.
This is also, we can peel off, but I'll leave this on because it's really doesn't matter. The screen doesn't work as far as I know.
The fans are.
The fans do spin.
Yeah.
Yep. So those are functional.
Can you overclock it?
No, but what you can do is, I heard this is also a magnet. So you should be able to. It's not strong enough. But yeah,
It's not metal. Maybe on the
on
the hinge.
Probably also not. No, it's not.
Okay.
Anyway, but they showed me as well, like on the side of a case of a computer case, this should, for example, stick and.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but it's just a nice thing. It looks really cool. Looks really badass. It's even on the back. It has like the back plate thing and everything. So there's that. There is a NFC portal card here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what can I do with it?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll see.
Unlock some secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
It unlocks a portal. And there's this thing. And this is what
Keychain.
Yeah, well, it's a keychain indeed, but this is what I was talking about when I said there's a little thing in the accessories box that can help with the BIOS.
Ah.
Because, yeah, this part here, indeed, if you need to flip it, yeah, it's on the back plate.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's there. So basically, to switch the BIOS, it's the same as on other cards. It's a dip switch, as they call it. So it's a very tiny switch. And what you do is you insert the key in there, and then you should be able to, there we go. Now I've shifted it onto OC.
Yeah.
But of course we want to
switch it back.
Yeah, we want to switch it to extreme.
We don't want
no, we don't want OC, we want extreme.
Yeah.
And the difference between that is OC BIOS is 800 watts standard, and extreme is 1000 watts or a kilowatt.
So secret key, cool.
Yeah, so this is the tool or the thing that you use to switch between the BIOSes. There's a nice thank you card here, personally from our, the general manager of the GNP group, which is actually made on a...
Oh, Lightning PCB.
Yeah, well, yeah, indeed. I think it's...
no, it's not Lightning.
It's not as thick as the actual PCB, but it's a really nice thing indeed, and I'm not sure, it might be the same layout.
It's a GPU and a memory.
Yes, correct, yeah. It's probably 5090 at least, because of the placement of and the number of the memory modules.
Yeah.
But indeed, and it's just a really nice thing, basically.
Cool.
Yeah. And then underneath that, there's a bit more. And these are the more essential items here. So there's a power cable with a splitter, 4 times 8 pin to one single 16 pin. There's a little manual or quick start guide there, of course. There's a GPU stand, so this is a support.
Oh, for your case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, so if you feel the need to support it, which is possible with a heavy card like this, you can actually do that.
Any kidney for sale? I believe this one costs 2 kidneys, maybe 3.
I'm not sure. Yeah, you might have to ask a friend.
Yeah.
There's a USB cable here, USB A to USB C, and this one is actually for the display. But you can use other cables, but this one obviously is here we go, Lightning branded.
Yeah.
So very
So we're
clearly,
going to use that.
Yeah, very clearly meant for that.
Maybe what we're going to use, put here, and the rest.
Yeah, the rest we'll put back in.
Yeah. That cable we don't need.
No, indeed.
Okay.
There's some other stuff in here, but these are voltage measure points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes, probes indeed. So these actually go into the back of the PCB, but you need to disassemble the card to access that.
For Alan to overclock so they can measure the voltage.
Yeah, so this goes into the PCB. There's 3 of them, because there's 3 different voltage, triple voltage measuring. And then these actually go into the multimeter, or some kind of temperature measurement device, or no, so it's actually voltage. So it goes into the voltage.
Yeah, I have some probes at home.
Yeah, indeed. So there's 3 included there. And let's see.
More?
Well, these are some screws.
Yeah, useful.
Exactly, in case you need them. So more screws and washers. And what is in here? Oh, okay. So this is actually, it was sent out earlier because this is probably the covers for this cable.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Indeed, so we put it
Okay,
in.
so we have Lightning and a USB cable. The rest can go back for now, right?
Yes, correct.
So you're going to put it back like it's...
Well, yeah. Yeah, other side. There we go. I mean, we're gonna have to put it back anyway after the stream, so might as well do it.
Everybody enjoy you putting this back.
Thanks. We're not going to be using this because the power supply we're going to be using has its own cables, so this one can stay in here for now. Nice try, Eric.
Yeah, they didn't see that on
that.
camera. I want to put it in my pocket.
Eric made the gesture.
It gives me maybe some access to a secret club or something.
Probably. Okay. So these accessories can go back.
So another box, graphic card holder.
Yeah, graphics card holder, indeed. Also a very nice design, quite premium. And I think this one kind of speaks for itself, but it's nice that they included it. This is, most PCs, your graphics card will be mounted thusly that this is actually facing up, and so your nice 8-inch screen is invisible because it's pointing down.
But you want to have it like this.
Exactly. And how do you get there? Well, that's included in the box. So you have a graphics card mounter, and actually it has a what's it called? Extender cable? Or yeah. So basically, this is what you plug into your motherboard. And it's flexible, so this one you can basically put...
And PCI Express Gen 4, 5?
No, it's 5.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It says it actually here. I'm not sure if you can zoom in on it. There we go. PCI 5.0.
Okay, those are rare.
Yes, exactly. So obviously you don't want to be limited to PCI 4, even though probably that's still fine technically, but yeah. And yeah, basically the card itself would be mounted in this thing and clamped, and basically you can fit it in your case. It's fully customizable. Yeah.
Cool.
There you go. We're not going to be using this today because we are lazy and we have a test build, as we call it. Well,
I'm going to switch to the main cam.
I've chosen to be lazy in this case. Yes.
Let me.
Also because we have way too much to cover today.
Yeah. Okay. So, where did you put this, Peter?
Here.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the only USB-C on your laptop.
Yeah, I was like trying to find it.
Yeah. That's
okay, because we also have a test bench.
Yep. Let me just put this here. We'll worry about this later.
Yeah, I don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there we go. My other USB cables here. Okay.
Oh,
yes, we have a test build. Maybe
I can show this as well while you are going to connect it.
Yeah, or maybe you can talk about it indeed while I connect it.
Mobile back. Yeah, so today we're going to use Empower.
Let me just quickly polish this up because there were a lot of fingerprints on it.
So we used, this is the same test bench like we used 2 weeks ago during our live stream when we were talking about the X3D with Martijn from AMD. So we have the Empower platform, probably the X3D CPU is below it. I don't know, doesn't matter for today because we're going to talk about the GPU. So Peter, you're going to connect
well,
mouse and keyboard?
Yes, but there's one component missing, obviously. Pretty important if you want to run a graphics card of this magnitude.
I'm going to take this, the power supply. Yes, the power supply. Yeah, so we already talked a little bit about Lightning, but first I'll give away. Today, you can win this X3D CPU, AMD X3D CPU, blazing fast. Go to msi.com/2/insider or on YouTube and Twitch. You can click on the Gleam link, and the more actions you perform, the bigger the chance you win. Okay, thank you. yeah, let's unbox this PSU. Otherwise, Peter cannot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to remove just some things out of it. So we already used it, obviously. So these are the cables I need today. So I'm just going to put them here.
I'm just gonna polish the screen here as well, so my fingerprints don't ruin everything.
And we have another USB cable. So there are a lot of extra cables here, which we're not going to use today. That's for extra components, depending on your build. So I'm going to leave them here. Peter, can you maybe unbox or unpack the PSU
itself?
Yeah.
That's also quite heavy, by the way.
Yes. So maybe put it on the table.
Yeah.
This, yes. So why are we going to use this PSU today? Lightning is a bit special because there's 2 power connectors and you need to use both of them. So how do you do that? You can use 2 power supplies and use a trick, but this PSU, it's a new one we announced during CES. It has, yeah, thank you, Peter. It has 2
so it's 2x6.
12 volt
2x6. That's the new naming of the connector.
Yes,
indeed.
and this one also has a special feature. Later we're going to talk about it. But this is the PSU Peter now is going to connect to the system.
Yeah. Also notice this one has a USB connector.
Yes, this is the digital power supply, so we can read all the values from it. And this one, can we see the model name somewhere? Yes, so this is a 1.6 AI. And don't think AI, this is
It's not artificial intelligence.
No,
what does it stand for?
No, we already had this before ChatGPT came a thing.
I know, like before it was cool. We were already using the name.
The intelligence actually is the part where we can read out the whole PSU digitally.
Yeah, so it's more about...
Also notice 80 plus titanium, so very efficient PSU.
Is that the highest rating that's possible?
You always have better.
Yeah, okay. All right, but it looks really nice. Looks fast.
It is.
I think there's a special power cable as well with this one.
Yeah, so this is special connector because this power supply can go above 10 amps. In Europe, that's not a problem, but it's for USA. So,
so it's included in the box.
Yeah.
Not everybody has this, or it's maybe not easy to get.
But the other side, of course, is just in this case, European power connector.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I go to main, Peter.
Right.
Let's connect this together.
Yes.
So, actually, this one can go here. So, the power supply is digital. It's working, Peter? Oh, you better don't put it below there.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, yeah, better don't do.
Okay.
Then we can play around with the cable.
I was gonna put it away nicely. But
So
put it on this side.
thank you. So this one is a USB connector. I'm going to connect it at
JUSB 1.
USB. Oh.
Yeah, careful. The motherboard is not fixed.
Okay, so that's the USB connector. Then, of course, we need the 24 pins for the motherboard.
Yes.
Okay, then we need the CPU. Yeah. So these need to go to that side, Peter.
Yep.
You can plug them in over there.
Yes. Gimme.
I need to check where PSU needs to go.
Are you sure this one is PSU? CPU, sorry, because it's oh yeah.
It says CPU, right?
Yeah, but because it has
It has a what?
No, it has this on the side. It's like a. Does that?
It fits.
No, that's because it needs to go on that side.
Oh, you have the.
Yes, you gave me the wrong side, I think.
Let me see.
This only goes in one way because it cannot fit in here. There's a little, yeah, you guys can't see it, but there's a
lash,
something on it indeed that only goes in one way. And it's clear
let
to
me
me
check
that needs to go on the side of the power supply because that actually has a bit of space for that part. Basically, that just ensures that you can even not do it the wrong way. You cannot plug it in the wrong way.
Okay.
Some of these cables are one-way traffic, apparently.
Is this also the wrong one?
No, you need to check.
This one
was just the wrong way. Yeah, that should be fine.
I cannot.
No? Give me.
Yeah, I'm going to
That's
plug this one in here.
Should be fine. Yep, it's plugged in.
Okay.
These ones.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
CPU. Yeah, as long as it's in the CPU row, because it's different rails, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously we have our very well-known 16-pin connector for the graphics card. These are basically both sides are the same. The both part that you.
What is this? This I think it should be the other way around, Peter.
That shouldn't be possible. No.
One moment. Let me sit down and check this one.
You need me to do it? Here.
Waiting. Told you.
Right.
No, it's this clip. This, I think it needs to go on the PSU.
Okay, then maybe take another cable because.
Yeah, I can check, but that one is part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says CPU.
That's weird. Yeah, I know. That's weird though. There's something.
I'm sure
on
that's
that
the
cable.
one.
Yeah. There's no other?
No.
Oh. Okay. Then we'll just try to have to. This is too wide.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it should be the other way around.
Okay. Well, then let's try that.
Hey, and otherwise we will get. This works, right?
Yeah, it should do.
Okay.
Yeah, so the power supply cables for the graphics card. There's the yellow points, of course. Those need to be invisible once you've plugged them in. So basically, you plug them in all the way. Yeah, mobile cam. There we go. So that yellow part, obviously, once you've plugged it in, you should not be able to see any of that yellow part. If you still see any of that yellow part, make sure it's either not plugged in right, so you either need to unplug it and plug it again until it's completely gone. I'm going to need 2 of these. However, we have a special version.
Which is
this cable.
only for today.
Yes.
And it's this one.
Wait a second.
It's not included in Lightning, but this is a prepared cable with
Oh, I think this one was actually
switches.
upside down as well.
So, one moment. There's a cable between my notebook. Okay. With switches. So basically, this PSU has a feature. We all know about these connectors. They can melt, they can burn down. That's why we already made the connector yellow, that you can include it correctly. This is digital power supply, so it's it can give you alerts, etc.
It can read out data, but
Yeah.
it can measure stuff.
So what we're going to do with these switches, we're going to disable some of the cables,
Yeah.
and we're going to see if there will be an alert.
Indeed.
I hope so.
And this cable is specifically prepared to test this kind of scenario. So our headquarters was kind enough to share one of these cables to us.
Yeah.
And so, wait, we need to put them all in the right position before
All
we.
off.
Yes, I know. Oh, I thought you switched one of them just now.
I switch it back and
Oh,
forward.
okay, cool. And then we'll put this side with the power supply.
Can I? Yeah.
So there we go. So that should be in there just fine. And then this one in the graphics card. There we go. And just make sure it's in there. I
Okay.
don't see any yellow anymore.
So I
That
think
should be it. Is the power supply on?
maybe that's an issue. Can you? I will do it here.
It's not plugged in.
Yeah, it's not plugged in, so it's not on.
Okay.
But I'm holding the mobile phone.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to make people seasick.
Yeah,
One moment. Yes.
Okay.
It's on.
Power supply is on. All right, then try and see if it powers on. There we go. Ooh.
Wow. Display.
Yeah, so there's a movie that's playing instantly on the card. There's RGB going on the side here as well. But I mean, the main attraction obviously is the display.
You see it's booting.
Yep.
Means we did something good.
So far.
Did you put the capture in?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
But I will.
We didn't test this.
No, we need to configure it quickly.
Yeah. Ooh, Lightning is here.
Yes.
So it has some special software.
It does, yeah.
So it shows you the GPU temperature. Oh, it's gone. So now it shows you this is like a second Windows of a second display.
Yeah, yes. Well, actually it is. If you, let's see. Not sure if we've configured
This is
this
the
correctly.
dashboard from Empower. So with some extra buttons.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch them
No.
today.
No, because then stuff would go wrong. But if you want to go here, Eric, if you want to watch this, this is, you can actually see that there's multiple...
I'm going to try to capture that, Peter, one moment.
No, that's probably not going to work because I cannot duplicate the display. Not easily, at least. Because you've got...
Yeah, but you can show this on the capture.
No, because then you need to duplicate.
No, this screen I can capture. Okay,
Through what?
Doesn't matter.
Through what? I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Because you can see I have 4 screens here. Now, this I believe I can identify. So this is 1 is this. That's this monitor. 2 is the capture, the external capture card that I just connected. 4, this is the Lightning. So if I click identify,
it says 4.
Yeah, it says 4. And there's actually a display on the liquid cooler there as well. So if I say identify,
3.
there's a 3 there. So it all shows up as different displays.
Yeah.
So that's just to see, to show you guys. And obviously the monitor I'm using here is my main display.
I'm going to main, Peter.
Yeah, I can try to, let me try to extend 1 and 2.
Okay.
Or sorry, duplicate 1 and 2. Keep changes. Now we should be able to capture.
A capture.
I think.
We're going to the capture?
Because now I've duplicated. There we go.
Okay, so this is our test system, which has lighting in it.
Yep.
And but we're not going to L2 overclocking. We don't know how to.
No, indeed.
And L2 is here not in this building allowed by facility.
Yeah.
We're not going to overclocking even today manually because we want to show you some of the features of the digital power supply. So this power supply has something called
GPU Safeguard.
Yeah, GPU Safeguard Plus, which is a digital feature. We already told you it's digital power supply. Can you maybe via the start menu open MSI Center?
Yes, yeah. Let me open that. Yeah. So in MSI Center there is a module. MSI Center is obviously a program. It supports a lot of modules for different products and product types. One of them I thought should be here, but it's not seeing it, so maybe we didn't plug the USB in all the way.
The USB is connected.
Okay.
Let me check. Oh, no.
So the USB header wasn't fully...
Come on.
Careful, Eric.
Yeah. No. Can you do it?
I could try.
Because, is it like this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Looks like it.
Probably. I may have to restart at least the program and then see if it detects it. MSI Center. Because obviously when the program starts up, it will see what it detects.
Maybe we need to reboot.
No.
Oh, there
we go.
Yeah.
Power supply unit, so there we go. Works as intended. And the cool thing is here, all these things you can see. Let's see if it's clear on the screen. But it's basically this part here. Because this part, I think, like the output wattage, average wattage, that kind of stuff, I think that's something we had in the past with the digital power supply.
We have multiple digital power supplies, and it basically means that you can real time see the power usage. And this
Like
this overview shows it. It's a real time dashboard.
I think it's
maybe
every
open,
second.
maybe open Firmark on the back, Peter.
Yeah, we could do that.
And then get MSI sent to the front. Yeah, so now you see the voltages going up, the power usage going up. And this kind of PSU can monitor this all.
This looks weird.
Yeah, the interface, because you did a run benchmark.
Yeah, well, if you want to run, that's the only way to run.
Run test, I always do.
Oh,
but it doesn't matter. Maybe, I think so, because this is full screen, the other one is windowed.
Okay.
Not sure.
Fair enough. Maybe. Here we go.
Yeah,
Yep, no, you're right.
better.
Yep. But you can see even, so this was the first instance that I was running, then a dip when it was ending, and then now it's going up again.
Okay.
But indeed, so it measures all the voltages, wattages, output, even the fan speed, temperature, everything like that. And the different, I think this is different rails, right? So there's 12 volt, 5 volt, and 3.3 volt.
So we have multiple power supplies who can do that, so that's not something special.
Yeah.
And if I now, because we're running on load, I go to this Lightning screen here as well. So this is the GPU. And this is the screen on it, so it also shows.
Yep, the things like temperature, GPU usage, VRAM clock, fan duty, VRAM usage. So everything basically.
Usage 100%.
Yeah, it's basically things that you would normally also get in a afterburner overview, for example. But the cool thing is that there's also a digital hub here that where you can control that.
I now go back to the capture again.
Yeah, so this is basically, it's a Lightning hub. This is new and specifically designed for Lightning.
So it's in a browser?
Yes, it's browser based indeed, and actually there's Overdrive, so there's a mobile app for it as well. And the Flash Dash is the name for the 8-inch screen, and so you can actually turn it off and on.
Okay, yeah. You want me to show this?
In this interface? Well, it's okay. Basically, just this. When I do this, the screen turns off.
Mm-hmm. Maybe do it again.
Yeah. So now I'm clicking, and the screen turns off.
Yeah.
So you can also do things like brightness. So now it's less bright. So if you're in the evening, for example, it can go all the way to 0. By the way, which is off basically.
It looks like off, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think, or at least it's so dim that yeah. But basically, so you can do all of that. There's a hardware monitor, so here you can select what you want to show.
I go back to the
capture.
Capture. Oh, too many buttons here.
Yeah, it's okay. So here you can basically configure what you want to show there. So there's all the GPU aspects at the moment. So you know, you can even do CPU things. Basically, it runs its own hardware monitoring thing. You can also say, no, I want to display a video. You can play through a Windows Media Player or you know, some YouTube embed, so you can actually play YouTube videos if you show them here. Maybe we can play our live stream on here if we can find it. No, that would be shameless, wouldn't it? That would be a bit too much. Lifestyle thing. So basically, you can say, no, I just want to display date and time on it, or you know, another video that you're like a local video on there. Not an internet video, or just use it as an extended display. Basically,
so you can play games on it?
Yeah, you can. So
can you put Firmark on here?
Probably, yeah.
Can you try? It's just the and then the Firmark.
But now you need to show it. Yeah, now you need to go back to the mobile cam and then.
Okay, so now Peter just switched in the application to display.
Yeah.
Now it shows up as a display. You can even see the Windows taskbar.
Yeah.
And now Peter is going to drag and drop.
I need to figure out where it is.
Left, right, or on top.
Exactly. Let me check. Oh, okay. So it's on the left. Okay. This is tricky. I'm just gonna move it because it was. I had to go through the liquid cooler, and then that's a bit like threading the needle there. Let's see. So now it should be just to my right. So yeah, if I take Firmark,
drag.
And there we go. Now Firmark is running on.
Now it's literally running on the GPU.
It is, yeah, it is, yeah. Like on with 700, almost 800 FPS.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can play games on it.
Yes. Yeah. But then you'd need to make sure that it's like front and center on your table
Yeah.
or something. Otherwise, it's maybe
Battlefield?
tricky. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm guessing ray tracing looks amazing on it.
And do you have an example? Well, we better do you have a video on hand? Because we better don't do YouTube.
No, I don't. Also that, I mean, I can
Yeah,
try,
then no,
but-
if you do YouTube, probably we will get banned or something.
Exactly, because it's copyright maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I go back to the caption.
Anyway, but yeah, I'll put it back to monitor, hardware monitor, and then it will start doing that again.
You have Mystic Light as well?
Yeah, so you can actually control the Mystic Light, but that's only for the graphics card, obviously. So at the moment, let me put it on wave, high brightness, and then it's a slow RGB wave. I'll make it a bit quicker. Now it's going a bit quicker. Lightning.
We should put the light.
Yep. So this is Lightning. So basically, yes.
Yeah, it's
So there's a couple
too
of
bright
preset
maybe,
effects. Yeah. Anyway, but there's a big list of things here. Flashing, double flashing, patrolling, fade in. What's patrolling? I think it's going left to right. Yeah. Anyway, so lots of effects that you could do through the web interface, which is pretty cool. I'll just put it back to default now. You can even do,
So
and this is pretty
basically, Peter, this is a browser, so
Yes.
you don't have to install MSI Center or any other software.
No, there is a little bit of software. So if you do want to start this, it will take you to a Microsoft store. So basically Windows Store.
Which basically connect the browser to your GPU.
Yeah. So basically, what that will do is it will run like a local website. Like
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so because obviously this is a website, it's browser based.
Yeah.
So it will need to run a local, simulate a web local hosting, let's say, like that, and then that's what it does. You can even do some overclocking through here. So basically, your fan duty, for example, GPU clock, memory clock, power limit, and voltage.
Do we have the 2.5K BIOS from Alva?
No.
Oh.
No, because then again we shouldn't, because then
Don't do this at home.
kiss your GPU goodbye.
Yeah.
Really don't do that. It's not worth it. But yeah, you could do some overclocking straight from here. However, we still recommend doing it in Afterburner, because again, like, that's purpose built for it as well. It's been there for a long time. It's a bit more extensive as well. And here you can do really easy, cool stuff like I would just put 3000 extra megahertz on the memory. I don't know, core voltage. You don't want to put this to +100. This is a percentage basically, and it doesn't apply this immediately. But yeah, just putting this to 100 is usually not recommended.
Overclocking is always step by step, trial and error.
Yes.
Does it work?
No.
Is it crashing?
Yeah.
Is the next one crashing as well? Okay, then you go back.
Yeah. So here, for example, if I don't know, just put 241 extra megahertz on the core. The benchmark is still running in the background, and I'll put the fan speed not on auto, but I'll just put it, 88%, whatever. Apply. So now it's applied it. You can actually see that now it's running on 3,337.
I hear the fan speeding up as well.
Yeah, megahertz. It's the memory is running at 17,000 megahertz. It's just 1155 millivolts, and the temperature is just like 56 degrees. And the benchmark is still going.
So I see some comments in the chat. There are indeed several ways of overclocking, because you can overclock to get more FPS, that you can game faster with higher frame rate. But you can also indeed those extreme world records. They're not to game.
No.
I mean, they're just to make a screenshot of the benchmark, that the loop of the benchmark is finished, and that's enough to claim the world record.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a do or die screenshot,
Basically,
if you have the proof, if you submit the results, then it's enough.
Yeah, because you're so much on a knife edge that basically you're trying to constantly balance power and temperature and stuff like that, and basically you can only do that for so long with extreme overclocking. So it's not really suitable for 24/7 gaming or anything, or even productivity, coding, code compiling, something like that. That's really not what extreme overclocking is for. It is literally just for the duration of a, 30-second, 1-2 minute benchmark, so that it produces the score, it completes, it produces the score, and that's it. After that, it can crash, it can, it doesn't matter anymore, because that's when you have the record. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And so, yeah, you can see now it's getting like 63 degrees, but like power usage, let's see if we can pull that up. The power consumption, well, I mean, right now, the output power of the
1K.
Yeah, it's just about 1,000 watts.
Yeah, but on average, you see that 307. This means on the time period, on average, because at some moment we didn't run the benchmark or overclocked. So obviously this uses less.
Yeah. But I mean, just the fact that this uses 1,000 watts at the moment, it is actually using that. And the graphics card temperature is, let's see, 64 degrees.
64, okay, yeah. This is a testament
about mind-blowing.
That's mind-blowing,
yes.
Yeah. This is a testament about how good this liquid cooler is.
It is, yeah. And like the fan speed isn't even 100%. So if I put it at 100%, it's probably gonna, 63, 64, it's probably gonna push the temperature down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's mind-blowing. So the cooler on this thing is sick. It's really sick. But yeah, now we're running at like 3,300 megahertz, 3.3 gigahertz. That's just crazy. And this is actually something that you could potentially run for gaming, although you would need to put up with a bit of fan noise, obviously, but...
You have your headset on. What Peter said is important, potentially, because let's be clear about this. This is also a little bit the silicon lottery, Not each GPU or CPU is the same, so some can go a little bit higher, and we talk about maybe 1% or something, and that's also why some overclockers are binning hardware. They're testing like a batch of 50 CPUs to find the best one with the best memory controller, with the best die.
And also funny to know there is what they told me, and I also heard from for example, Alva as well, is that the binning, or let's say like the preferred chip that a regular user like me would want, that's like very efficient, let's say, isn't necessarily the thing that extreme overclockers are looking for. Because if it's very efficient, that means that when you start pushing it beyond that, it's probably going to be unstable for quite quickly. So
it's not a flat curve.
Exactly. So they are probably looking for the outliers, the chips that are actually not at their peak efficiency in normal operating procedures but
when you push them over the top.
Exactly, but are more so basically they look for different things in chips and binning. So
Peter, let's talk maybe about
maybe something that we see here that's very interesting is because we can see here there's a graphic here of the two graphics card connectors, and we are running at 1,000 watts, right?
GPU Safeguard Plus.
Exactly, and this is GPU Safeguard Plus. It says it here.
It's a feature of the power supply.
Exactly, and what this does is actually per lead, let's say, per individual lead on the 16-pin power connectors. Well, actually 2x6, because only 6 of them do power. The other 6 on each connector are ground.
Yeah.
So
and then you still have the 4 small sense pins.
The sense pins, indeed, in this case at the bottom of the graph. But each of these 6 leads, let's say, of the connector, wires indeed, it shows individually what each of them, in terms of how many amps, each of them is currently transporting, let's say, or producing and pushing to the graphics card. Now it's important, this is at the point of the power supply. So it's not measuring it at the point of the graphics card, it is measuring it at the point of the power supply.
Not a feature of Lightning?
So it's the pushing of the power, not the receiving of it. And indeed, it's not a feature of Lightning, this is a feature of the MPG AI 1600 TS PCIe 5 power supply.
New power supply announced at CES, it just hit the market.
Yeah, so the thing about this is you get very detailed reporting of each single wire, and you can also see that there is always a little bit of imbalance there, because some wires, like wire number 5 here, is doing 7.1, 7.2 amps, while wire number 6 here is chilling at just over 6. So there is always a little bit of variance there.
And that has to do with resistance of the cable, and for each cable that difference.
Yeah.
And that's no issue at all.
No. No, there can always be a little bit of variance.
Yeah.
However, big variance can also appear, and when that happens, that's when you get some of the issues that we've seen with people. Like, for example, if your connector is not seated properly, or if maybe there's some dirt got in there while you were connecting it. I don't know. Anything that can add
Or
additional
a pin is
resistance.
not connected to the cable.
Yeah, or maybe one of the cables, I don't know, has a cable break
Yeah.
because it's been, mishandled or whatever. It can happen. The thing is, what happens then? Like normally, well, the power supply would just keep pushing power because, that's what it's there for. And until you get like, either it's not a problem, it's a small enough problem that there's no issue, or until you get to a situation where you get like smoldering plastic, or you get one of these things that we've all seen.
Burn.
Exactly.
So
And
why is this happening? Because the power keeps pushing, and if you don't have the 6 wires, still the same amount of power will go to your GPU.
Yep.
But it's sent over fewer wires. I mean, if 2 break down,
Yep.
You still have 4 left, and the same amount of amperage is being pushed to your GPU.
Yep.
But the cables, the wires, are not made to handle this.
No.
And this is where you get overload of the cables, and they can melt or burn down.
Yeah, because obviously when they transport that much power, it produces heat as a byproduct. And so when it's concentrated too much in one wire, it will get hotter than it's designed to be.
Yeah, you
Probably
feel
you
you feel the heat a little, actually not that much.
No.
Closer to the GPU, you feel it,
Yeah,
but not in here.
yeah.
So now we're going to do something special.
Maybe indeed take your the mobile cam, because now what we're going to do is we're going to simulate what happens if a cable, for whatever reason, malfunctions.
I need to switch quite fast, Peter.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a special prepared cable.
Yeah. Don't do this at home.
Don't do this at home. This is not included in Lightning. This
Yeah.
is not included in the PSU. Has nothing to do with it.
This is specially made for research.
For this demonstration.
Yeah, to
So I go
demonstrate.
back to the capture. Peter, with your mouse, you can show that both 2 cables are connected properly and everything's green, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this will make it bigger.
No,
Probably
it will not.
Okay. Yes. So indeed, you can see status normal, the green with the check mark, and each cable is running somewhere between 7 point something and
For
6
people who are
amps.
joining lately, can you do a 60-second recap? Yes. Please watch the live stream back.
Yeah, please
Thank
watch
you.
the rest of the live stream when we're done.
Yeah.
Because honestly, there's too much information to recap.
But
Sorry.
anyway, we're talking about Lightning and we're talking about new PSU. And now we're going to show you what happens if it fails with GPU safeguard in this MSI PSU.
And while drawing 1,000 watts with the graphics card.
Because again, 1000, 66, 64, we're still under heavy load of firmmark. And firmmark, we call this a GPU virus.
A power virus.
A power virus,
because it's not meant to show the performance of a GPU. What it was originally meant to do is to stress test it and produce as much heat as possible on the chip, to make it as hot as possible. So this is different than trying to make performance out of it. This was made to how hot can we make it. So basically just a stress test of the cooler.
You
Anyway.
see, 100% load to GPU, 64, 65 degrees.
Yes.
And now I'm going back to the power supply. So
actually, you can, when you do that, you can just move the phone here and then close up of this, because
no,
I think that's
switch.
No, I think that's clearer, because this is quite small.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I'm going to stand up. So what I'm going to do?
Is it hot?
No.
Oh, okay. You got
anti-static
electricity.
electricity.
Static. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to switch this one off. It's a little bit confusing because it says on, but on means enable.
Turning on the problem.
Turning on the problem. Yes. So I'm going to we have
turning on the simulation.
Yeah. There are 6 of these. I'm just going to turn 2 off.
No, just one is enough already. Okay. Okay. Now go over here. Let's see what happens. Some of them are already shooting up into the 10 amps range, while leads 1 and 2 are 0. So those are the ones that are now disconnected, let's say. And so we see there's a huge imbalance now, because these 4 are near or over 10 amps. And what we see now is we get a message here that says potential connection fault. Please ensure the cable is securely connected and undamaged while the system is powered off. See logs for more information. If the alert sound persists after reconnecting the cable, please replace this cable. Because basically what it's telling us is there's a problem. Because there's an imbalance, and it's highlighting these two because I think this is the first one that Eric disconnected, let's say. So basically it's saying there's a problem here. It's not shutting down right away, but you may be able to hear a beeping sound. That's coming from the power supply.
Yeah, you cannot see the beeping, but I'm holding my microphone over here.
Yeah. And so basically what this will do is, within 3 minutes, it will take 3 minutes, and within 3 minutes, the power supply should cut power to the graphics card. So
now,
basically
these 3 minutes, indeed, are you can still shut down your game.
Yeah.
No, not explode. You can shut down your game, you can shut down your work, you can make your save game. You have 3 minutes. Which is still safe, and then after 3 minutes, the GPU will switch off.
Yeah.
So actually, this means this is now using a lot of power.
Yes.
The problem is over here. Actually, it's over here, but it's the cable. So the GPU will switch off. This basically means that the PC is still on, but the display will not work anymore because the GPU is switched off.
And this is to protect any additional damage or damage that can occur here. So basically, if instead of smoldering cables that basically indicate to you that there's a problem, this will do the trick, and this will prevent any kind of, hopefully, any kind of smoldering or that you even get to that point. And so we're now waiting like 3 minutes, but still plenty long to do something about it.
Yeah, this is time to shut off your PC.
Yeah.
Save everything.
We're not going to do that because we are simulating basically that we're basically just, there's a problem here and we're not aware of it.
Yeah, the beeping will continue.
Yeah, even if we were to re-enable these cables now, it would still continue.
You better don't do that when the system is running.
No, true, but still. No, I mean like reconnect the switches.
Oh yeah,
back to functioning order.
Yeah, but normally these switches you don't have at home.
No,
because your cable
there's
is
something
broken.
wrong with it. Or exactly, or maybe it's not correctly seated. Or
Peter, when I lie down in my bed tonight, I still think I hear this beep.
I know, it's harrowing stuff.
It's a nice beep. Well, it's not. I mean, it's loud enough.
It could have been more annoying.
Yeah,
that's right. Right, so what you see now is basically power was cut to the graphics card. Well, not completely because this screen is still on.
That's USB.
Yes. And the weird thing is, it seems to be still running, but I think that's because this is it's not moving anymore either.
No.
So this is just basically, it's displaying exactly.
Last status.
Yes, the last status. So it's not that it's still running the benchmark. So basically, power to the graphics card has been cut to protect the cables and protect the graphics card. And basically now, what we need to do...
System is still running.
Yes, the rest of the system is still running indeed.
We should fix the... We should
have
wire the table.
We should have not done rubber tiles on the floor. Anyway.
Yeah, so memory, you see the LEDs burning, CPU temperature 43. So what you now can do is, because Windows is still running in the background,
yes.
So what you can do is
hold the power button.
Well, you can click and then it shoots.
Should.
I think you need to 4 seconds. It's like a forced shutdown.
Yes, yeah.
But I don't know how this system is. We also cannot see it. I'm just going to hold it for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go.
So now the beep is gone, but the problem is not gone.
Yes.
Because you have an issue in your wire. So what you need to do, and that's the one of the, there are a lot of different PSUs in the market, and they use a lot of custom cables. So it's not that you can take one cable set from one PSU to another PSU, not only cross vendor, but also, for example, if you have an MSI power supply, it is possible that some cables are not compatible with a different CPU because basically they come from a different factory.
Yeah.
But with these cables, there is no issue because both sides have the same connector.
They're identical.
For the PSU and for the GPU, or for the GPU or the PSU.
Yeah.
So these cables you can order.
This is a standard spec as well. I think it's important to mention.
You need, of course, to have the 600 watt version, but I think not sure if there are other. And you need to have good quality cables.
Yes.
Let's be clear about that.
Don't cheap out on this.
Yeah.
Really.
But basically, what you do now, you either, you can boot it up now to see if the problem still exists. In our case, it still exists because I flipped some switches.
The funny thing is the screen is still on as well.
Yeah. So, but that's the USB connector.
Yes, it is.
So if I pull this one,
Yeah.
the RGB switches off and the screen switches off. Maybe you can put it back in again.
Yeah.
So, you can disconnect these cables on top and put it back in. That's the first thing you can try. Boot it up again, and if the problem persists, find some new cables and replace the cable. And this prevents any burn damage. And that's important because you don't want your GPU to be burned. Nowadays, they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And there can be even possibly more damage. I mean, it's in a case, and you don't know.
Not just that, but it's like it's smoke. It's potentially maybe a fire hazard or something. So you don't want to mess around with it.
Or your PSU can burn as well. So this one has an extra feature, and basically this is a MPG. It's upside down, but this is the MPG power supply, which is digitally. So you can you hear the beeping. But you also saw on the screen the notification.
Yes.
You saw on the screen the digital readout of all the amperages per wire. So basically you have a visual notification. But we also have a MAG power supply, one tier lower. And that one is called GPU Safeguard without the plus. And the plus is the digital part. So that one only has the annoying beep. And I say annoying, but it saves your GPU.
Yes.
So it's not really that annoying. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch it off again. I need to find two. Did I do three?
Only two. No, you only.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we can basically restart again.
Yeah. I hope this works.
Why not?
Because it does need to be completely.
It was shut off.
Power. Yeah.
Yeah. So what Peter is referring to, he says, I hope it works. A reboot will not help that. You really need to power off your system.
Yes. Because it needs to, the system needs to stop stop receiving power from the power supply. Because if you do a reboot, apparently the system will still, like there's no cut in power supply from the power supply to the system. And then it will continue beeping and the problem will be still there.
Like the mother-in-law.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so the system is booting. I now switch to the capture. So
there we go.
So first of all, you have the beep. With this MPG power supply, you also have the software. But this also works. Peter, maybe you can show HWInfo or Afterburner.
Yeah.
And we're not going to show the beeping anymore. I mean, we don't want to burn off this building.
Indeed, but in Afterburner, it's also in the most recent beta, which is, let's show, here we go. V4.6.7 beta 2. So that's the most recent beta version, I believe, of Afterburner. They enabled in hardware monitoring. Hello? Can I open it?
Sorry, there are so many questions in the chat and also so much spam. I will probably fix that for next week or for next live stream. Because the chat is going too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, CPU, lucky draw, we will do. Don't worry.
For some reason, it will not show. Oh, maybe it's opening this on a different
different
monitor.
Screen.
Yeah, that's possible. Let me just check that. No. Should be. Okay. Well, that's weird. Maybe then HWInfo.
Yeah. So these are both beta versions. Actually, WInfo just had a final release, which includes this feature. And normally, if you have a digital power supply can you scroll down? There is a section PSU.
Yeah.
Normally, if you have a digital power supply and you use HWInfo, the MSI ones, you can read out the 5-volt rail, indeed. But now with this one, so you have that 3.3 volt.
It's quite small, I think, in the capture.
It is. You know, we just do. Yeah.
But I mean, so these ones are, I think, normal. So there's a PSU temperature, there is a 3.3 volt rail, 5 volt, 12 volt rail, PSU fan, blah blah blah. But there are here are the connectors, the current connectors of
now
the
you can
12-volt 2x6. So these are specifically the two 16-pin connectors. And there's an arrow here, and here you can expand them, so you can actually see that detailed data of how much amps is being pushed through each cable. That we also saw in MSI Center, by the way. And the nice thing about HWInfo is also it shows the current values, but it also shows the minimum, but also any spikes or the maximum that it registered, and the average over a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And you can very easily monitor that by double clicking it, and then it will just open a separate window
graph.
Here. Exactly, graph, and then you can customize it of the minimum and maximum values. And
that's actually the same in like Afterburner. Afterburner, you can also set alerts. So you basically can say between 0 and 8.3 or 8.5 amp.
Very quickly something flashed here.
For some reason, I will just explain it.
Well, you can, maybe I can actually show where the, so the option I can still show. Yeah. Because here, standard, it wasn't showing.
Maybe, first show the DLL.
Yes. Yeah, because standard it wasn't showing. You have a list of all these things, and at the bottom usually it shows things like frame rate, and then it stops. We have something more here, and the way that we enabled it is because there's here at the top right, there's a little button with the 3 dots. Here are hardware monitoring plugins, and what I did was this PSU DLL, the power supply, that one I ticked. This was unchecked, and I checked this one, and then I said, okay. It refreshed this list, and then at the bottom suddenly we have things like 12-volt current, so all the values that we also see in HWInfo and in MSI Center, and some currents. And you can also see here there's already a property which is alarm, because normally here you can, for example, say show on screen and OSD. The thing is, you can also set an alarm, and that's below here. And basically this says alarm when value is out of range. So you can set a range, and this is a amperage range, so how many amps basically. And if it falls outside of this range, which goes from obviously 0 in this case.
Minus not possible.
Exactly, should not be, but yeah, exactly, that's not possible. 0 to, in this case, we've set 8.5. This will start producing an alarm, and so basically you can hear, you can also set the alarm details.
Basically 8.5 because you have 6 wires.
Yeah. There was some math there.
Yeah. So you have 6 wires.
100 amps total.
600 watt.
Yeah.
Which means 100 watt per wire divided by 12.
Yeah.
Then you talk about 8.3 something.
Yeah.
Amps per wire, which is a target. But of course, you saw already when Peter showed you, it's fluctuating. In a normal condition, it's no problem at all. I mean, there should be some safe margins.
Exactly, yeah. But you can see, and then you can actually, customize the alarm things like the timeout in milliseconds, as when it should stop. This is not the alarm sound that's in the power supply that you heard, the beeping sound. That one is completely, autonomous. You cannot turn it on and off.
No need to have software for it.
Exactly, that's just baked into the power supply itself.
To save you.
This
to save your house, to save your neighbors.
Exactly, this is an additional alarm. So when this says play sound on alarm, this is not the beeping sound. This would be a additional sound, like a Windows kind of, some kind of sound
effect. Put a nice song to it.
I don't know if you can customize that. Not sure. No. Launch application on alarm. Here you can even say, so there's basically stuff you can play around with that basically you can say, oh, it needs to launch if the alarm goes and it's outside of that range. Something needs to happen. It needs to execute some kind of program or whatever. So quite interesting.
Still something we need to show today, Peter?
What?
Slides? I think we talked about most, right?
I think we showed everything pretty much indeed. So we had slides about this as well, but I'm not sure that adds anything.
So today was about Lightning.
Yes.
About new PSUs with GPU safeguard.
Yeah.
It was about extreme overclocking. Yes. This may be the 60-minute, the 60-second recap at the end.
Much.
Later, after we finish, maybe tomorrow, I will put some links for the products in the description of the live stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
We will also link to a video of Alva. He had an interesting video about overclocking.
His experiences.
His experience and how his GPU broke.
Yep.
And he shows everything very clearly. The PCBs of Lightning, the broken GPU, because really there are cracks in it.
Yeah, it's literally cracked. It's like a cracked glass pane almost.
One other recap. Don't use a 2.5 kilowatt, is it kilowatts?
Yes, 2.5 kilowatt, 2500 watts, even though it is mentioned on our product page, it's more like a, to show that indeed for extreme overclockers, there is no limit on this card. But really, unless you know how to use it, and even somebody like Alva, who is really experienced with this stuff, was surprised by its behavior, because it's unpredictable. So basically it comes down to TL didn't listen. Just don't do it to the 2500 watts. There is the BIOSes that are on this card by default are more than enough to get a lot of out of it.
800 watt, 1000 watt.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, there's really no reason unless you really want to break records. But then you are in territory that there's no warranty anymore.
And you need to use LN2 or liquid helium.
Exactly. And if you're in that space, probably you are in touch with people inside of MSI, for example, and other companies as well.
Know.
Exactly. You're in the know. You're in that club, and you probably already have this kind of stuff, or they contact you for it because that's how these things go. But yeah, if you buy one of these GPUs, trust me, it's not worth it. And it's not just coming from me; it's also coming from Alva.
The GPU is worth it. The BIOS.
No, yeah, exactly. but it's not worth flashing or trying that BIOS because again, it will not get you additional performance. It will basically probably just get your GPU broken, and probably nobody wins with that. So just don't do it. Anyway, that's a recap. And now I think
we still have one thing to do.
Yeah, I think indeed.
A lucky draw for the.
There was something like no, but nobody was interested in that, was it? Right?
Nobody.
It's just a small box or something. It's like I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm going to draw a lucky winner.
So, just one more thing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
one more thing.
Yes, I forgot my leather jacket though, but just one more thing. Indeed, so we're giving away now the Ryzen 7 9850X3D, which is a hell of a CPU. And whoever gets it, my God,
I have the winner.
I'm jealous.
I have the winner.
Is it me?
No. Oh. Well, maybe with a different nickname.
Oh,
but this person is not from Holland, so it's probably not you.
Oh, okay. Well.
Or are you using VPN?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
The winner of this X3D CPU is. Yeah, now the difficult part.
We can only say their nickname because obviously we can't say anything else.
Socolino?
This is not helping. Maybe redraw because I mean that kind of name.
No. He participated on YouTube.
Zoccolino. I would say Zoccolino. That's how I would pronounce it. But congratulations, Zoccolino. You get a.
I will paste the name in the chat.
CPU.
I'll paste the name in the chat.
Yeah.
Maybe he's still around.
Don't worry. If
he's watching on YouTube.
Yeah, indeed it was. Well, I mean they could register through different platforms, but indeed this was his nickname on YouTube apparently. Don't worry, Zoccolino. If you're wondering which one it is, we will reach out to you. We have you've provided us contact details. Obviously, that was part of the thing. So we will reach out to you and then make sure that you get it. So, but congratulations, man.
Yeah, we will contact you for shipping, for your address and shipping details, and then we can ship it this week.
Exactly.
Right.
So enjoy it.
Congrats.
I hope you have a good system to house this thing. Otherwise, you may just have to arrange something.
Yeah. And memory.
It's
Yeah,
worth it.
2 weeks ago we had a live stream about that.
Exactly.
So,
you don't need 32 gigs for this one. Not even the fastest.
Let me see when our next live stream is. Live stream schedule.
I think it's 3 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to skip some because our goal, as always, is to do a live stream with Computex.
Also.
Because there is always a lot of new hardware, and we're trying, bi-weekly to do a live stream, but that didn't match up. Yep. And we have something great coming up. New Intel motherboards on the 25th of March. So the coming 2 weeks,
Yes.
we have a break.
Yes. Oh, well,
you as well. Well, not
yeah,
you have a lot of other
you
stuff
have
to
a
do.
break from us,
Yeah,
basically. That's exactly.
But on
We were doing a lot of stuff in the background.
Yeah. But on the 25th of March, we will be back again.
Actually,
live.
Mike will be
Yeah,
back.
Mike will be probably me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find an escape, but yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, and that's some pretty interesting stuff, but that's all we can say for now, guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll get in trouble. Anyway,
Thank you.
have
a
fun.
good morning,
Congratulations
evening,
to the winner.
afternoon.
Indeed. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you
and,
for watching.
We'll see you
Hope to
guys
see
in
you.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.